Mama June reveals the truth behind CPS involvement in Lauryn and Josh's divorce battle. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Mama June stars Pumpkin, and Josh's divorce is taking messy turns with each passing day. Complications are coming up, and viewers are learning a lot of shocking twists and turns in their lives. However, they were in disbelief when they learned about CPS's involvement in the noted couple's divorce. Several rumors claimed that the CPS department would take away Lauryn and Josh's kids, and a lot more. Hence, Mama June finally decided to reveal the truth behind the entire controversy. What did she disclose? What are these speculations all about? Will CPS really take Shannon's grandkids? Mama June reveals what CPS controversy is all about. Mama June stars Pumpkin and Josh are currently involved in a long list of controversies because of their divorce. Apparently, it all started with a Reddit thread that featured screenshots of an investigator. The snaps claimed that the Atlanta SBU is currently investigating Lauryn and her entire family. Though they have been denying this news, the OP stated that they were simply trying to hide the truth. However, Mama June is still not ready to accept that her family is involved in any kind of CPS case. She recently took to Facebook and claimed that Pumpkin's kids were currently living with her in her family house. The celeb explained that Josh had moved out of their shared residence and was living with his pregnant girlfriend, Keely. Shannon further stated that Josh and Keely often came to stay with the former's kids during their assigned weeks. Though he has moved on in his life, he still manages to spend some time with his children. Moreover, the former couple made sure that the Star kids were living in their own house because they were attached and habitual to it. That is why they didn't make any massive changes in their kids' living conditions. But it appears that there is a lot more to the story. Mama June. Is the CPS case about Alana and Dralyn? Fans spot clues. Mama June made it clear that Lauryn and Josh were going to have joint custody of their kids, and none of them were losing their rights. However, the noted Reddit thread made some shocking revelations. Some users pointed out that the CPS case didn't revolve around Lauryn and Josh's kids. It perhaps was more about Alana and Dralyn. A user explained that some sources confirmed on TikTok that Dralyn broke his pre-trial diversion agreement when he was initially dating Honey Boo Boo. The latter was under Lauryn and Josh's custody before she turned 18, so they are being investigated for allowing the relationship. Moreover, the screenshots that the OP shared were taken 3 months ago. That made fans speculate that the CPS case was of Dralyn and not Lauryn's kids. A user even wrote, "So this was 3 months ago. I wonder if it is Dralyn related." Hence, viewers are now waiting for Mama June to address these ongoing speculations and reveal the truth. Keep coming back to TV Season and Spoilers for more updates. In a shocking turn of events that has rocked the reality TV world, Mama June Shannon is stepping forward with bombshell revelations about the Child Protective Services, CPS, involvement in daughter Lauryn Pumpkin Eford's crumbling marriage to Josh Eford. The matriarch, known for never holding back and stirring up controversy wherever she goes, has peeled back the curtain on the behind-the-scenes chaos that's been brewing inside her family. For years, fans have watched Lauryn and Josh try to hold it all together while raising their children amid the pressure of reality TV fame, financial strain, and emotional scars that go deeper than what's shown on screen. But Mama June's latest claims suggest that their unraveling wasn't just a matter of drifting apart. It was a storm of stress, secrets, and scandal, with CPS playing a far bigger role than anyone realized. A cracked foundation hidden from cameras. Lauryn and Josh's once solid front began to fracture long before public whispers of a divorce ever made the tabloids. Though they appeared united in raising their children and maintaining a stable home, behind the scenes, the weight of responsibility was crushing. With 4 young children, Ella, Bentley, and the twins, to care for, the couple's relationship was stretched thin. Mama June now paints a picture of a young mother buckling under relentless pressure. According to her, Lauryn had been doing the bulk of the parenting, with Josh often absent due to work commitments. Financial burdens and the unpredictability of reality TV contracts only added to the strain. There was no glamour in their daily lives, only exhaustion, miscommunication, and the growing emotional chasm between them. The CPS call that changed everything. Mama June's revelation centers around a specific, unpublicized CPS investigation that she says upended everything for Lauryn and Josh. It wasn't instigated by neglect or abuse, but rather by what June calls a malicious report, a false alarm fueled by jealousy and misinformation that sent social workers to their doorstep. According to June, the initial complaint came during a particularly chaotic period, right after the twins were born. Sleep deprivation, postpartum stress, and a flurry of family drama created an environment ripe for outsiders to misinterpret. One bad day, one offhand comment, and suddenly CPS was conducting home visits, questioning their parenting, and closely monitoring their every move. The experience left Lauryn traumatized. She reportedly felt humiliated, second-guessed, and deeply violated by the scrutiny. And while the investigation was ultimately closed without any findings of wrongdoing, the damage had already been done. The stress exacerbated tensions in her marriage, pushing Josh further away and making Lauryn feel more isolated than ever. Josh's withdrawal and the growing divide. While Lauryn became more emotionally volatile from the CPS ordeal, Josh, according to June, retreated into himself. Instead of rallying behind his wife, he became more absent, choosing long work hours and late nights out over confronting the growing storm at home. Mama June suggests that Josh's inability, or unwillingness, to be emotionally present during the CPS investigation triggered a sense of betrayal in Lauryn. She no longer felt like they were a team. The man she once leaned on had become a stranger, and his avoidance only deepened her resentment. The children sensed the tension too. Mama June claims they began acting out, with behavioral issues surfacing in Ella and Bentley. The once lively home became quiet and tense, filled with unspoken frustrations and emotional distance. A family divided behind the scenes. As the cracks widened, extended family members began to take sides. Mama June admits that even she wasn't immune from the fallout. Though her own relationship with Lauryn has been rocky over the years, she tried to play mediator, but ended up making things worse. Her involvement, she now says, was partly what escalated matters to CPS in the first place. In a moment of concern, she may have shared too much with the wrong person, someone who took it upon themselves to report their suspicions to authorities. Though June insists it wasn't meant maliciously, she now realizes that her actions set off a chain reaction that devastated her daughter's family. And in the aftermath, the family fractured even further. Siblings began to feud. Accusations were thrown. Trust eroded. Lauryn, who once prided herself on being the glue that held the Shannon clan together, found herself isolated and overwhelmed. The breaking point. Divorce papers filed. Eventually, the stress proved too much to bear. With CPS still lurking in the shadows, checking in sporadically, even after the case had been closed, Lauryn decided she needed to protect herself and her children. Divorce, while heartbreaking, felt like the only option to regain control over her life and mental health. Mama June claims Lauryn made the choice not out of anger, but out of desperation. She was tired of doing everything alone. She was tired of pretending everything was fine. Most of all, she was tired of worrying about what another anonymous tip might bring down on her family. Josh, blindsided by the decision, reportedly tried to fight it, but the emotional chasm between them had already become too vast. He may have loved his wife, but he hadn't shown up for her when she needed him most. CPS still casting a long shadow. Even now, Mama June says the specter of CPS hasn't completely vanished. Though the case was closed, the experience left lasting scars. Lauryn is reportedly hyper-vigilant with her parenting, nervous every time a child falls, cries, or says something that might be misconstrued. She no longer trusts easily. Her circle is smaller, her walls higher, and the stress of being a young single mom with 4 kids is taking its toll, emotionally and physically. Despite all of this, Mama June claims Lauryn is doing her best, pushing forward, one day at a time, fueled by love for her children and a determination not to let her past define her future. Mama June's regret and redemption. Mama June, for her part, is grappling with deep guilt. She admits that her own history of addiction and instability set a pattern of chaos that her children inherited. Though she's now sober and trying to rebuild bridges, she knows that her actions, both past and present, have had ripple effects. Her revelation about the CPS investigation is not just an attempt to clear the air, but also a public apology to Lauryn. She wants the world to know that her daughter did nothing wrong, that she was a victim of circumstance.